Debonair.
All right, there we go. Finally.
Okay.
Hey, what you saying?
And like, and you know, glad to be back on. Appreciate the second, you know what I'm saying, segment of this. So, you know, there's gonna be some things to talk about today, though.
I got some good questions for you today, my man. I have good questions today. Yeah, man. Go ahead, shout the channel out again, man. So everybody know. You know, I'm putting the description anyway, but still.
No, yeah, definitely. What's good, everybody? You know, second time joining back again. My name Kaydee Ascends, KAYDEEASCENDS. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all. That's my YouTube channel. Got a lot more content coming this year. I created an email for the channel too. So any subscribers, any questions, you could just hit the email. I created a little 60-second short clip of it. So it's kaydeeascends14@gmail.com. But when you get to the channel, you'll see, you know, the email description, all that. But yeah.
Always, man. Always, man. You already know. You already know what time it is, man. Yeah, man. No, man, I'm glad to have you back on, man. You had some good praises from the last one. I gotta make sure I bring my dog back.
Very humble and honored and grateful that, you know, receive great feedback. Grateful for everybody tuning in and viewing and, you know, taking the time to hear, you know, both our perspectives and everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you already know what time it is, man. You already know. You ready for the first one?
Absolutely, always.
So I know I didn't even send the questions to you, man. So these gonna be off guard questions. Let me see. All right, the first question. All right. Do men ever think about the damage that they can cause women before getting in a relationship with them, or whether, I mean, not just a relationship, maybe it's just a sexual thing, or maybe just a friendship or whatever. But do men ever think about the damage that they can cause women?
Great question. My first response, great question. Secondly, I feel like, all right, I'll say this. I think yes and no. And the reason why I say yes and no is because you do got some guys, they might think afterwards, maybe, you know, maybe they were hurt, you know, maybe they were going through a tough time, or, you know, maybe they had past heartbreaks. So, you know, maybe they could have grown spiritually. But I say no, because you got some dudes who don't care. They just gonna dog females out. They just gonna do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of like percentage, I say a good portion, they don't really think about damage. You know, just for this, they're thinking, they're just doing what they want. They just think about them. And, you know, it could be down to little things, even stuff like the intimacy. He's just thinking about getting his and not worried about her, you know, her getting hers at all. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I think a good portion doesn't think about the damage that they really do. You know what I'm saying? Just for the simple fact that like I said, they could be hurt from their own past relationships, or it could just be some, you know, it could just be an ego thing. They just too not egotistical to even see their wrongdoing.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the time, they don't really think about the damage, or they probably think afterwards, like when that karma catch up to them. You know what I'm saying? They probably think back like when bad stuff start happening and they thinking it's just life, and it's really just that energy coming back to them. Then they probably look back like, damn, I did old girl dirty. Thing I did my old lady wrong years ago. I had did that girl wrong. Yeah, that's when they think about it then. But most of the time, they don't really think too much, you know, or in depth of the damage. You know, because let's say a man dates a woman, you know, he cheats on her several times, not just once, but several times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And let's say that woman really loves him, was loyal to him, everything like that. And she finds out, her whole world gets shattered and devastated now. And it's to the point where that's why you got some girls, they just dog certain dudes out because they still haven't healed from that first heartbreak, whether it was a guy they lost their virginity to, whether it was, even if that wasn't her first, but maybe a serious boyfriend she had. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, nobody really thinks about the damage until that person's already destroyed and gone off.
No, that's real, man. No, I agree, man. I think that I think a lot of men are are dumb as hell, man. I think a lot of guys they think with the wrong head. That's first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't really hit them until in my honest opinion, I don't really think it really hits guys like that until they either have a daughter themselves or until they reach like, mid 30s, early 40s, stuff like that. Then that's when it really hits. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have those outliers where guys will settle down earlier. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it happen early or whatever the case may be. But I honestly believe that a lot of guys are just stupid, man. They want to do whatever they want to do to whatever damn girls. You know what I'm saying? Like you see it all the time on social media, man. These guys be moving, they be broke as hell, moving in with these damn chicks. She over here, you know what I'm saying, paying all the bills, working all day, doing this, that, and the third. And it's just like, bro, me as a damn man, I could never do some crap like that, bro. I could never do it. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. So when I hear these type of stories, I be looking at the girls like, man, who do y'all be dating? Like on Facebook, I just saw a couple days ago, some girl posted, she was saying, why is it that more women have their own apartments than men do? Like they have their own place to stay than compared to men. And so I'm just looking at her like, bro, that you got a point, but why are you dating a man that don't got his stuff together to begin with? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said a while back, like most men shouldn't even be in a relationship until they get at least a full-time job, until they're making X amount of money, their own car, their own place. Then that's when you start thinking about settling down, getting in relationships. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I agree. I agree. And you brought up the fair point too about when men have a daughter, a lot of times, when men have a daughter, that's when they get scared.
Yeah.
They really get scared because they know, damn, they scared of that karma coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, and like you said too, with the woman you was talking about, she brought up that fair point. Like, you got dudes moving in. I'm like, bro, me personally, I couldn't do it. Like now, like, okay, I already have a girlfriend. Like if I already had a girl and I on some hard times, and okay, she she got a job too, but like I lost my job for whatever reason, and she just like a good couple months, okay, fine. By month 3, now I gotta have something back. Like even if it's something small, I gotta start over again. I gotta have something bringing back in. I can't. And I don't know, maybe because I grew up around a lot of OGs, so I'm old school. Is like, hey, you got, it's that role as man. You got to be that protector, provider for that family. So it's like mentally, I couldn't let myself just, oh, this happened. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I was in a relationship, right? And like, just God forbid, I had lost my job for whatever reason. Like, there's no way mentally I could even sit there and be like, damn, what I'm gonna do? Like, I'm gonna have to be proactive and figure out something to start bringing some money back in. Like, especially if you got come on, bro. Like, you gonna have to you gonna have to figure something out. That's why you gotta always have a backup plan, have an emergency fund. So, like, I think it was AMS. I saw one of his videos the other day. He talked about it. He's like, most people say 3 to 6 months. AMS brought up a good point. He said, try to have an emergency fund for 6 to 12 months. Because you never know when it might be time where it might take long, you know what I'm saying? So you got to really plan for those things, have emergency funds, emergency savings, have an account just for that, because you never know. You don't know what tomorrow gonna bring.
Yeah. And bro, no, you're right. You never know what tomorrow's gonna bring, man. You never know, man. And that's why I think I don't even think I'm cheap, bro. A lot of people say I'm cheap. I don't see it as cheap. I see it as me being careful, bro. Because you never just like you said, you never know what tomorrow gonna bring. You'll never know what tomorrow gonna bring, man. So when it comes to stuff like this, damaging women, and then you leave her, and then what's she gonna do? She's damaged. She's gonna meet a guy that's undamaged, and then she's gonna damage him, and then the chain is gonna continue. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why I never agreed with cheating, even especially like my exes that did me dirty. I could have cheated on them. I could have smashed their best friends and all this, that, and the third, but I didn't. I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna put this positive energy into the universe because I already know whatever I do is gonna come back to me tenfold. You know what I'm saying? So I always make sure that I put out positive energy, whatever it is that I'm doing, whoever it is, or whatever case may be. I always move like that, man. Like, and it's still gonna be like that. All the women that I've dated, like I said a million times, all the women that I've dated, man, they can call me a million names, but they can't call me an abuser, a liar, cheater. They can't call me none of that stuff, man, because I don't believe in damaging the well, I only date black women. So I don't believe in damaging, black women because they're supposed to be a reflection of me. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be a reflection of black men is supposed to be a reflection of black women, and black women supposed to be a reflection of black men. You know what I'm saying? So if you sit there and you damaging one or all of them, then it's gonna be a reflection on us because they date us. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I always treated them with a with not like a higher expectation, but a different mindset or a different level. Like, you get what I'm saying?
because you know Black people's true potential. So
yeah,
you want to ignite and put out, like you want to help them see what they don't see within themselves.
exactly.
You know? So, and like you said, like for example, like you said, how some men come and damage women, whether it could have been physically, mentally, financially. You know, a lot of women get financially screwed over too. That's why we talk about. And even like one of your videos where you asked the question, you asked that great question. If a woman gets married, should she leave her career to be a full-time mom or not? And in my opinion, I feel like if she's gonna like if a woman gets married and she's gonna stay home, I feel like she should still have at least a career, like still get something. So if you and that man get divorced, you don't have to worry about, because let's say you have a woman, she ends up with a narcissistic man. She doesn't know at first, but she ends up finding out this dude's really narcissistic. How narcissists get you, they want to put you in positions where you got to depend on them. That's how they have that control over you. And perfect example, like in marriages, some women, they can't just up and leave the man because financially, where's she gonna go? She doesn't have good credit. She might not have this, whatever her situation is. You know what I'm saying? Her circumstances don't allow it like that. So that's, well, yes, women should have a career, have something. Even if you decided, you want to stay home mom, that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. But still have something in your back pocket. So if you in this course, you don't have to worry about, how you going to no, you can know that, hey, you gonna still be straight. If you want to leave, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? So still, I feel like a man and woman should always have something in their back pocket, just in case, not saying that automatically it's gonna be a divorce, but you never know what life happens. You never know who this person might reveal themselves to be years later. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like, women should always have something in their back pocket just in case. If something don't work out, it's all right, cool. You get, hey, things go left, you just go right here.
Yeah. No, you're right, bro. You're right. You're right, man. Right, man. I just can't do it, man. I really can't do it, man. I don't know. And even when I had not really ability, but even when I had like the justification of doing something that was going to be damaging towards, or maybe not even just an ex or a relationship, but just women and just regular women in general. It's just like nah, bro. I can't do it, man. I can't be that person. To sit up here and do something that's life threatening to you or whatever. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. But for other guys, and I have homies and I got people in my family that's just like this. But other guys, they just don't care, bro. They again, like I said, they just dumb. A lot of them is just like you said, that they moving because they financially struggling, so they damaging her financially, damaging her mentally, spiritually, emotionally, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's not okay, man. It's not cool. Cause again, like I said, Black woman is a reflection of Black men, and Black men is a reflection of Black women. That's it. That's it. I don't care what nobody say. I can't deal with that whole um there's I have a video coming out in a couple days where this lady made a post saying, oh, she's a Black woman. She's like, oh, I can never date a Black man because Black men is dysfunctional and this, that, and the third. I'm like, okay, well, we a reflection of each other. So if you're saying Black men are dysfunctional, then what's Black women? You know what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that, man. Anyway, I can't deal with that stuff, man. I can't deal with that stuff, man. So my next question is, and this is a popular one. This is a popular one, man. Um, what is one thing that you would wish women could understand about men? You know what I'm saying? So it could be just you, or it could just be men in particular, either or. But what is if there's one thing you that women can understand about men, what would it be, and what would you want it to be?
Okay. If it's one thing, okay.
Yeah.
If it's one
Or it could be multiple things. Maybe it's two or three. I don't know. I'm just saying one, like the main.
right, the main thing,
Yeah,
I would say, well, men would want one. Well, yeah, the main thing out, in my opinion, that men would want women to understand is, okay, the struggle of, I don't want women to understand it's not easy for us to express ourselves freely as we want to. You know what I mean? Meaning, like, for example, as a man, we got to be very careful how because, it's always expected for a man to be cool, calm, and collected, to have this great poise about himself.
Yeah. Staying in the frame.
Exactly. I feel like I'm exactly staying frame, like you said. You know what I mean? So I feel like, I'd want women to, just take time to reflect and think that, understand that it's not always easy for men to express everything or every part of themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also understand too, like, men aren't mind readers. You feel me? Like we would want women to learn how to express themselves more. You know what I'm saying? Like be more direct. Because men, we're naturally direct creatures. Direct creatures.
Yeah.
Sorry about
that. No, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So as men, we like to be direct because that's what men like to do. We like to say it, get to the point, and resolve the issue. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I want to stop, just take a moment to understand, like, yeah, learn how to find a balance of being more direct with whatever it is you want to express, you know, whatever the woman wants to express, because men can still, you know, sit there and, you know, we just, because, you know, I get it. Like I talk to many women and I've seen from women's point of view of like how they don't want to express things, because, you know, you want a man to study you, understand you, like without verbally knowing, but at the same time, you, like, they understand men were verbal creatures. We're direct. We like to say things and express things, you know, be direct, because, you know, that we don't have time for to be indirect and all the analyzing and all that extra critical thinking, you know what I'm saying? Because we got already enough to do already, being on your purpose, taking care of yourself, all that. So as men, we just want women to be more expressive, you know, in a respectful, you know, appropriate manner. Because at the end of the day, when you got to be Detective Gadget and Sherlock Holmes, and you got to analyze every little detail and look for every little subtlety, after a while, it starts to get frustrating, because it's like, yo, I just rather you just speak up and say what you got to say, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's one main thing I, you know, want women to understand, you know, just so that way, and it makes room for the man too. Because when a woman, right, it'll make a man really stop and be like, oh, dang, oh, I never knew. You know what I'm saying? Or, damn, I'm sorry I wasn't aware. I'm sorry I was ignorant to that. Because like they say, closed mouth don't get fed. So if you don't speak up, you can't expect them to know everything.
No, that's real. Yeah, that's one of my favorite sayings.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, speak up, and, you know, just, of course, you know, be respectful with it, but, you know, don't be afraid to speak. I mean, you shouldn't be afraid to speak up, because if it is, then that's a problem. But, you know what I'm saying? Speak up more, you know, learn to express things if something's bothering you, or whether you just have something on your mind, or maybe it could have been argument or a discussion that you had a while back, and you probably felt like, hey, I didn't like how you know, said that, or I feel like that response was a little too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really have that, you know, expression more, you know what I mean? But like I said, I still get it, you know, of course, you know, men can learn how to understand a woman without her having to tell you everything. So I get that part, but it's like, nah, because we already have enough on our plate. So we don't want to sit there and analyze every little detail.
I mean, yeah. No, that was a good. That was a good answer, man. That was a good ass answer, man. One thing I hate is that women do, especially with us. They be acting like you said. They be thinking we mind readers and stuff like that. Oh, you supposed to know? No, the hell I'm not, bro. You either gonna tell me, or this is gonna be dead. Like, that's it. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you about something, especially if I don't know what you mad about. Oh, you should know what I'm mad about. What the hell? What kind of what? I hate it, bro. Huh?
I said exactly, like,
Bro, trust me, man. I can't deal with it, man. I think one I've said it before. Like as far as I'm trying to think of another one, but I can't. Like the main one for me that I want women that I want women to understand about men is that we have sleeping with different damn women, bro. I hear the biggest complaint that I hear when women's dating men is the number one thing. Oh, y'all keep cheating, y'all keep cheating, y'all keep cheating. Bro, men want to sleep with different women. I don't know what y'all wanted me to tell y'all. I don't know what y'all want me to say. This has been going on since the beginning of time. Men have always had multiple damn women. I don't know what you want me to do. Like I can't argue biology with you. You know what I'm saying? We are filled with testosterone that makes us want to sleep with different damn girls multiple times. They had a video. I think the name the Ellises or whatever their name is. It's some famous black couple on YouTube, and he made so much great points. He was like, yo, like you were so quick to rush to get married for me to, you know, to be married to you, and now you're the only person I can have sex with. Now I can't even have sex. He's like, yo, we have sex maybe once or twice a month. He's like, so what does that say to me as a man? You know what I'm saying? To other men that's out there, because she got upset that he said that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know what you're upset at him about. It's the damn truth. You're the only person I can have sex with. So if I say, hey, yo, I'm gonna have sex 2-3 times a day or 5 times a week, I'm gonna need you to handle that. Do whatever you got to do to get yourself in that damn mood. Because if you see or hear that I'm going out finding it for somebody else, now you mad. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's something that I really want them to understand, man, because I hear women say complain about it all the time. Oh, men cheat, men cheat, men cheat. I don't know what you want me to do, man. It's instilled in us. We want to sleep with other women. That's it's just that's just the way of life.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, exactly. Like I get what you're saying. Like humans by nature, we're not monogamous creatures by nature. You know what I'm saying? And this is just from not just because disregard science. I've seen this just analyzing humans for myself. Because a lot of things I learned was just watching things for myself and paying attention. Like we're not monogamous by nature, but you can practice monogamy if you want to. It is possible. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, a lot of relationships don't. And like I said earlier, a lot of like the earlier point, see how everything come back, connect. Like I said earlier, things get expressed. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, you might have men or women who don't express their full sexual needs to their partner, and then guess what? Now they mad their partner is doing this. No, did you express? If you expressed it and they didn't care about it, that's different. But if you never expressed your intimate desires and all that stuff, how you can't be mad if he not getting it or she not getting it like that? It's like, okay, well then y'all shouldn't be together then. Like it's that simple. Like and like you said, man pressure the woman or woman pressure the man. You can't pressure them into this. You know what I'm saying? But yet, in certain religions, like that's the main time they condone being very intimate on that level when you're married. If you're, whatever religion people follow. I'm not saying you have to be married to do that, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rush somebody to do something and then now you're just gonna withhold that. Is like, okay, so what's the point of so yeah, I get what you're saying. Like there needs to be that common ground. Like if you in a relationship, you need to express your sexual desires to that person, whatever it is, and see if there's a common ground. Even if they don't agree with everything that you're into, or maybe they're not on that super level, see if there is a middle ground where maybe they can still try certain things,
Yeah.
If not, like you can't be mad if he or she gets to somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, trust me. Hey, bro, I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I'm on the same boat. I'm on the same damn boat, man. Because it's not that I'm tired of hearing, because I ask these type of questions all the time, especially with women. And so one of the questions I ask them is like, what is one thing you would want, what is one thing you would want to change a man? Like, what would you want a man to stop doing, or what would you want, like, what I'm saying, like stuff like that, and then always circle back to what a man is doing sexually. I had one girl was like, I just want him to stop watching porn. I'm like, okay, well, how often are you having sex with him? Oh, I can only have sex maybe once a week or once every other week because I'm this and I'm that, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, well, how often does he want to have sex? He's like, oh, he want to have sex every day. I'm like, so he's supposed to wait every 2 weeks, which is 14 days, to have sex with you, and now you mad because he watching porn? So what he supposed to do? Watch porn, or he supposed to sleep with different females? Which one you want? Because you can't tell him to stop doing both. You're gonna have to tell him to do one or the other. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, oh well, no, y'all always thinking what y'all think, y'all always horny. We feel the testosterone, bro. I don't know what you want me to do. Take it up with whoever you pray with. He the one who created us. He created us the way we is. You know what I mean?
That's something you should talk about beforehand. Like you should talk about that with your partner. Like, what is your libido like? What is your sex drive? Is it high? Is it low? How often do you fire it? You know what I'm saying? Why is it high? You know what I'm saying? Like you need to do those things, introspect, even the individuals, introspect yourself. Like see if maybe let me, because maybe if a couple does it every day, maybe he could try to learn too how to be like, okay, let me see why she only does it twice a week, or maybe it's something that you can learn from it. You know what I mean? So I feel like couples need to really have that talk, because you can't just, oh, we're married. You know what I'm saying? Like if a man and woman is, oh, man and woman were married, you only want it twice a week and he wants it every day, or she wants it every day, he wants it twice a week. Like that's not gonna work. Because it's balance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if they're not every day like you, but if they're at least 4 or 5 times a week, which is still decent, that's cool enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those talks.
I like that. I like that. I really like that, man. And it goes back to what you were saying, like, yo, that's the type of conversation that y'all need to have beforehand, before you get married. But that's again, that's something that a lot of them don't a lot of women don't understand, because she was saying, huh?
Before you get in just a relationship, have that talk.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real. Yeah, that's real. But she was saying, his wife, she was saying that oh, well, I wasn't aware of me, I guess sleeping with him as often. Like she would be tired because she got kids and she got this, that, and third. So I give it to her. She's a stay-at-home mom, so she's with the kids all day. She cleans, she cooks, she does her job. Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying. But she was saying, yo, if somebody would have warned me or told me this back when I was younger, I would have held off on marriage a little bit. And so he was like, well, why were you rushing me into a relationship then? And she was like, oh, because it's just something that was told to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's that, but I also think that a lot of the mothers, this is a lot of our mothers and fathers' responsibility to not only tell them, hey, yo, get married before having kids or get married in general, but also let them know that they always try to make it seem like it's all good and it's all fine and fun and dandy and all the other stuff. No, bro, relationship is hard. Relationship takes work. My longest relationship was 4.5 years. It was hard, bro. It was hard. You know what I'm saying? Well, whether the sex was good or not, it's not even the point. Just being able to, especially and depending on if you're with someone that's mentally draining. My ex was mentally draining. She always had some crap going on. You know what I'm saying? With not just with her, but with her damn family. And I try my best to help her out. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really hard because a lot of times you be wanting to throw the towel in, but it's like, yo, listen, this is the girl that I want to spend the rest of my life with, or this is the guy I want to spend the rest of my life with, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Where can I go from here? You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between you sleeping with a girl and a girl that you're actually in a relationship with. Girls I slept with, I didn't deal with that. As soon as they started getting mad at me or started pissing me off or whatever it is, I cut them off immediately. But you can't do that to a girl that you're in a serious committed relationship with, because this is a girl you want to spend the rest of your damn life with.
Exactly. And that's why it's best to, in my opinion, I feel like when people are single, that's the best time to be working on yourself, not just jumping into the bed with a new partner, not just running out there doing X, Y, Z because society told you need to do this or your friends telling you to do that. No, it's best to take time and figure out yourself, figure out your traumas, your triggers, everything, what triggers you, why it triggers you, how it triggered you, where did the trigger come from? Even though, everything comes from childhood, but where in your childhood this, you'll be surprised because this like way before I ever became conscious. Like once I really became conscious, that's when I started really working on myself. You know what I'm saying? Like taking accountability for my faults, my flaws, whether it could have been relationships or even girls that I, try to talk to or dated, why things didn't work out. I never had like bad breakups, nothing like that. But, just I had times, I used to be clingy, stuff like that, and why am I like this? What's making me do this? What, like, and as I started to introspect and work on myself more, you eventually figure out, oh, this is where this came from. This came from something that I lacked when I was a kid, et cetera, et cetera. And then it's transcending and carrying on now into my other relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I definitely agree, man. Like, you got to have that balance and you got to just know when to, like you said, you got to know who the person you're dealing with. Do you see something serious with this person? If so, figure out how there's a middle ground y'all can meet, how you can work things out. Figure out too, what is it they dealing with? Like you said, if it's a man, has a girl, or a woman has a person, has a partner, or woman has a man has a woman, where it could be family things. Figure out, like, okay, is this some just typical family stuff, or is it some stuff where he lost somebody recently, et cetera, et cetera. Definitely have those things, man. Have those talks, because communication is very important, even to the little things. Is very important. Little things add up to the big things.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? You got a foundation. You got to have strong roots before the tree grows. You know what I'm saying? Because if the roots ain't strong, the tree can't be strong. But if the roots is strong and planted well, you plant that seed. You plant a good seed in good soil, it's gonna produce a good tree. You know what I'm saying? You plant a bad seed in the bad soil, it can still produce a tree, but it's not gonna be that vibrant, glowing tree. It's gonna be like a dense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you putting your energy into, you know what I'm saying? What you plant out there, what you putting out. Because if not, you can either reap good or bad. You know what I'm saying? So,
bro, I mean, you hitting it, man. You hitting it on the head, man. You hitting it on the head. I actually have a crazy one. And this kind of touched on what I was speaking on earlier when I was saying I got a video that's coming out in a couple of days about this woman that says that like she refuses to date black men because black men is dysfunctional, black men is this, black men is that, and stuff like that. And so I got it. It's already scheduled. It's coming out hopefully in a couple of days. But so my question to you is, if your preference is not your color, is that a form of self-hate?
Great question. I can't say it's self-hate just for the simple fact that people love who they love, man.
Yeah.
Can't tell you, oh, you don't like it. Okay, let's say you got a black man and he falls in love with like a Spanish woman. I can't say, oh, you're not one of us, you're not pro-black, you're not down for the people, because your heart fell in love with this Spanish woman. If that's who you felt is your goddess, that's who you felt is your queen, who am I to tell you you hate yourself? Nah, you could love yourself down to the T, to your DNA. But I can't tell you it's wrong or it's self-hate. No. Now, if you love that Spanish woman, but you putting down our black queens, black kings, then that is self-hate. Because now you're dating that person due to your own. Because remember, you got like some black men, black women, they generalize the whole melanated race when it's not fair to do that. You know what I'm saying? They generalize the whole melanated race due to the fact of certain experiences, whether it could have been from family members or it could have been from relationships, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like you can't generalize the entire melanated race for the simple fact that everybody's not the same. Just because you had bad experience with this melanated man and melanated woman, that don't mean the next melanated man and woman is going to do you dirty. Because realistically speaking, we're all just human beings. Anybody from any race can be good or bad. You know what I'm saying? So if your preference and vice versa, if a black woman dates a white man, Spanish man, I'm not gonna look down on her and be like, oh, she don't love herself. If that's who if they love each other, that's what they love. That's what they love. But as long as you still respect the melanated race and still stand for our melanated people for problems, that's all that matters at the end of the day. You feel me? Because you don't know who's for you. You know what I'm saying? I could sit here all day and say I love melanated women, which I do. I love black melanated women. Always, forever and always. As long as I'm breathing, I'm always have love for the black queens and sisters. You feel me? But at the end of the day, if I meet a wonderful, Spanish woman or white or Asian, Indian, hey, it is what it is. Like, you feel me? Love is love. But as long as you still support your people, whether you black, white, Spanish, Indian, Asian, that's all that matters. Do you still support your people?
Yeah.
You know, so I can't tell somebody, it's a form of self-hate. So in my opinion, no, if your preference is not your color, it's not a form of self-hate. That's just my opinion though. What about you? Situation.
No, I agree, man. I think I think, look, again, and I came up with that question because of what the lady was saying, and you'll get more context eventually when the video comes out. But again, like I said, she was just going in on black men, saying they're dysfunctional, they're not high earners and stuff like that. And that's why she only dates white men and blah blah blah. She's a black woman. And this is the issue that I always have in our community. I have no problem with you dating outside your race. I have no problem with you saying you prefer to date everyone except your race. I have no problem with that. But the problem that I have is that when you have women like her, and I'm sorry, not just her, but because black men do it too. But when you have men and women like her, black men and black women like her, that only dates outside their race, they have to talk down on the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that gets me upset, because it's just like, again, like I said, we mirror each other. So you saying all this crap about black men or black women, all that stuff reflects back to that black man or black woman. You know what I'm saying? So people need to understand that people date who they feel most comfortable with. I date black women because I feel most comfortable with black women. I've been raised around black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not to say I'm uncomfortable around white people. That's not what I'm saying. But people date who they feel most comfortable with. People date who's in the who's in their close proximity. You know what I'm saying? So if you're living around a bunch of Asians, obviously you're going to date Asian. If you're living around a bunch of Caucasian, you're going to date Caucasian, and so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? So me being around a whole bunch of blacks, that's all I dated. All my exes are black. You know what I'm saying? So people date who they're most comfortable with, and people date who's in the closest proximity to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why if you go to Asian on Asian dating is in 98, 99%. And you also see Asian on Asian crime is at a 99, 98, 99%, or whatever you want to call it. It's the same exact thing. People date who's in its proximity. Crimes happen to the people that's in their close proximity. That's just the way of life. That's just how it goes. But my problem is, again, and I see this all the time, especially in my race, I said in our race, because I almost never, and I know a lot of, for example, I have homegirls that's Caucasian, Hispanic, you know what I'm saying, Asian or whatever. I got a coworker that's Asian, and she's like, yo, like, I'll date any guy but Asian. And I'm just like, well, why not? Oh, it's just not for me. Not once did she say, oh, Asian men are trash, Asian men are this. She never said that. She just said it just wasn't for me. And I respect that. But every time when black people say something like that, it's always the same thing, man. Black man, these hoes this, these hoes that. Oh, these hoes that. Like, damn, bro, like, for real, that's how you feeling? And it's the same thing. That's what I said. It's not just black men, but black women. It's black men too. Black men do the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right. That's a problem within the melanated community, because us as melanated beings, we supposed to help each other, man. We supposed to be community. Study you know, even if you go way back, like, you know, to ancient Kemet, Africa, Egypt, like, even though we still had different tribes and stuff like that, majority of the time we were still like mainly community based, you know what I'm saying? So, and like you said, I agree. If you don't want to date your race, that's perfectly fine. But all that putting down and like I said, when people speak or they do those things, they generalize all, and it's like you can't say all because then you got to think about your mama, your father, your grandmother. Are they part of that? And they're gonna tell you no. So exactly, you can't generalize every single one because people they speak in general when they say that. They're not saying, oh well, a certain group. No, they just say, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, nah, you can't generalize all. You got like I can understand if you say something like my experiences made me very skeptical, or you know, I'm uncomfortable because of certain experiences. But so all the extra putting down is like, bro, if you want to date outside your race, that's cool, bro. But at the end of the day, man, like don't put down the whole race because at the end, and if you put down your own race, you're putting down yourself too. Like that's what I don't understand when people do that. Like they date outside their race. Like if a black man dates a white woman, he talks about black women. It's like, bro, you know, you're just talking about yourself, right? Like, you know, you're talking about your mom, your grandmother, your aunties, your sisters, your cousins, your nieces, et cetera, et cetera. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because if a black man procreates with a white woman and he has a daughter, his daughter's still gonna be melanated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, she has like she's half white, you know what I'm saying? But she's still gonna be melanated. So if you say black women or black women say black man, your son or daughter still can be mixed up in that category. But I guarantee you they're gonna tell you, so you just contradict yourself. You just talk about yourself, really.
Yeah.
You know, even you know, even from a spiritual perspective, we are all one. We're all connected. So you just talk about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And again, like I said, that's my main issue that I have with them black people, man. Like and I'm pretty sure you know it may happen in other races too. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying I don't see it as often. I do see you know white girls talking down on white guys and stuff like that. Yeah, I do see that, but I don't see it as often as I do within our damn community, man. Like again, I have homeboys that refuse to date black women. They date any and everybody except damn black women. And I'll say, well, why you don't want to date? Oh man, you hold this, you hold that, man. Oh, that. All these girl got kids. Da 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 da. Okay, you kind of got a point, but nah, it's still a no. Same thing with my black homegirls. Oh, these men this like her, like what the other lady say. Oh, they dysfunctional. Oh, they this. Oh, they that. Da 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 da. Yeah, you kind of got a point, but still no. You know what I'm saying? It's the same as that thing, bro. Because again, I'm a firm believer. I'm gonna keep on saying I'm a firm believer, and black people are reflections of each other. You can't say black men are you know ABC 1 2 3 without having the same thing on the side as black women. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know, man. Black communities we got so much to so much healing, man. That we need to get through, man. So much damn building and stuff like that, man. But it's hard to take steps forward when you're constantly taking steps backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be impossible to get there. Yeah, we taking 5, 10, 15 steps forward, but if you're taking 4, 8, 12 steps back, bro, it's going to take us forever to get there. We're going to get there eventually. You know what I'm saying? But it's just taking too damn long. You know what I'm saying? So the people that's out there that's like her, like the stuff that she was saying, we have to either try to show them the way, and if they're too far gone, if they're too lost in their ways, then we just got to exile them and cut their ass out and throw and cast them out. That's it.
save everybody now.
Yeah, man. No, and that was something I used to tell you a long time ago, bro. Back when I lived in the hood, man. I moved out. I realized I had that epiphany, bro. Like you can't take everybody with you. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to bring my homies with me. You know what I'm saying to college or wherever I was going, and they didn't want to do it. They had their own visions. You know what I'm saying? Now I guarantee if I go right back to damn Lauderhill, if I go right back to the same damn hood where I grew up at, I guarantee you all them same damn guys that's over there that used to ask me for money and this, that, and the third 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, I guarantee you they still, the same damn guys are still damn there, asking for a damn dollar. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, man. But again, it was just it was a harsh reality that I had to deal with and I had to listen and I had to live with, knowing that not everybody's going to be able to come with me. You know what I'm saying? So
It's really not. But you know, the world is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't change the world. You can't say the world, like, because at the end of the day, everybody's their own individual. So I agree, man. It's a tough pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? Like, accepting the world is what it is, but you just got to focus on you and the people that do want to be on your team. Because you got to remember too, as you elevate, you know, whether it's spiritually, physically, financially, like you got to know either this person gonna elevate with me or they just gonna get left behind. You know what I mean? So when you starting to life, upgrade your mindset, everything about you. Yeah, man, like it's a tough pill to swallow. Like, damn, everything can come with you, even spiritually. When you raise your vibration, your frequency, you know, and then you raising your states of consciousness, you're gonna notice a lot of people just fall off. Like, you'll be surprised too how it happens. It'll just happen in different forms, different scenarios. And you'd be like, damn, like, damn, okay. Like, I wish you the best, homie, but damn, like,
That's it.
like,
That's it. That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
yeah, man.
Man, but believe man, like I said, it hurts, man. But it's just one of them pills that we have to swallow, man. It's one of them pills you got to swallow.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. I gotta let me see. I'm thinking about. I want to ask. I think I want to ask this one last. Let me go to the next one.
Like, pressure to sound like.
No, it's gonna be a crazy one. I'm gonna save that one for last. It's all good.
Okay.
Should women be upset that men are telling other men, or men is telling younger men to avoid dating women with kids?
Should women be okay? Women be upset. Okay. In my honest opinion, I'll say this. In my honest opinion, no, just for the simple fact that you got to remember. Now, if a man or woman has children, that's not a bad thing. You know, if you got kids, you know, they're etc. and all that stuff, you know. But you have to remember, like, men telling, like, okay, let's say I was like 36 and I meet like a young man and he's like 20, 21, you know, because younger men assume like the early 20s, pretty much, you know, early mid 20s. You can't be mad if, you know, men are telling, especially younger men, not to date women with kids, for the simple fact that that dynamic is a very complex dynamic. You know, dating someone who has a child is not bad, but it's a very complex dynamic. And I say that to say, for the simple fact that, one, there's a lot of risk and factors that come with that, because you got to remember, like, especially depending on the age of the child, if the child is like a baby, toddler, you know, infant or elementary, middle, there's so many things that come with that, you know.
Yeah.
And especially when, first thing I'm gonna say this, why women should not be upset is because a man in his 20s, 9 times out of 10, bro, people in your 20s, you're getting yourself together. So a young man, or, you know, young woman, because, you know, you got someone that date men with kids, but we're sticking to the man right now. A young man in his 20s, I can't blame him. If he wants to take on that responsibility, that's on him. I'm not gonna judge him. But I can't say they should be upset that, you know, OGs, old heads are telling young men not to date women with kids, because you got to be realistic. A man's supposed to be a provider. So if he don't have himself together, why would he take on the responsibility of taking care, one, of a family that's not his, and two, he can't provide for himself? How can he provide for that family?
Yeah.
See what I mean? That's the first point. And two, if he don't have kids himself, but he wants kids, that's gonna be a very tough thing for him to do, for the simple fact that, one, he wants his own family. On average, people, men and women, generally want their own family. Whether if it's the first child or all the children, they want to experience that all from the, you know, their own family. So for a young man to date women with children, like I said, if he decides to do it, you got some men that did it. You know, I got homies, they were 25, 26, they did it, you know, they married and stuff, and they had a kid, you know, with that woman. But most of the time, one, financially, they're not together, because obviously you're young, you're getting yourself together. Two, if you're gonna think about having kids, they want their own family. And three, like I said, it's a lot of risk coming, you know, dealing with not only the kids, but you got to think about it. 9 times out of 10, why most men don't want to, because I'm just saying men, because we're talking about the men right now.
Yeah.
This happens. I'm just sticking to the men right now. Most of the times why men don't really date women with kids, baby daddy drama. You know, whether it's the fact, or whether it's the fear, not saying that's always the case, because that's not always the case, but whether it's the fear of they still sleep together behind his back, or is he gonna disrespect me? Is he gonna try me? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it cannot be upset, because that is not an easy dynamic to get into. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? We don't live in a perfect world where it's like, oh, okay, a man could just date a woman with a child or kids and then everything's on hunky-dory. No, that's not the reality. The reality is, especially if they're young children, he's gonna have to eventually meet that kid's father if he decides to get serious. You know what I mean? Plus two, 9 times out of 10, the baby father is gonna be jealous, and you know he's gonna be jealous, and he's gonna try to ruin that relationship. You know what I'm saying, with his baby moms, and it's like it's a lot of complexities that come with that. So no, a woman should not be, or women should not be mad, because that is not an easy dynamic to get into. Now, I'm not saying, you know, young man can't date a woman with kids. You got some young dudes, or they hit 25, 27, they met a woman, a child, and they decided to do it. You know, you live your life how you want to live it. But to be upset, no, you can't be upset, because realistically speaking, like I said, especially young men in their 20s, come on, bro. Like, they're getting themselves together. Plus, they want to live their life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a dude that's 2021, do you really want to stop the next 9 years to take care of a family that's not yours, and you don't even have yourself together? Like, you want to stop living your years? Because most of the time, especially when you don't have kids yourself and you in your 20s, you trying to at least maximize all those years. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, most people, they hit 27, 28, 29, you know, going to their 30s. All right, they start to slow down. But at least from like 20s, so I say 26, people is trying to live it up and enjoy life. They're not trying to take on responsibilities that they don't need to take on.
Yeah.
So, no, men should not be upset at, you know, men telling you, especially younger men, not to date women with kids. Because it's like, bro, people trying to live their lives, man. Like, young people's trying to live their lives. Like, why would you expect a young man, you know what I'm saying, or a young woman to stop living, to stop? Because remember, if a young man or young woman wants to stop living their life, because you have to compromise. Yeah. They're not about the compromise, because remember, relationships is all about compromise. Whether it's a, you know, just relationship, you married, it's all about compromise. So you telling me you want a 22-year-old man to compromise his whole life and future, the amount of opportunities he can to build himself up, to take you and a kid that's not his, or children that's not his? Like, that don't even make sense. That's not his responsibility to do that. And two, from what I've seen, majority of the time, like, unless, you know, it was assault, you made that choice to lay down and have them kids. You feel me? And in today's times, the amount of contraceptives that you have, you most likely did not use protection. Because I've talked to a lot of people with kids, and 9 times out of 10, they was not using protection all the time like that. So you can't expect a man, you know what I'm saying, especially a young man, to take on a responsibility that you made. You feel what like I said, now, if it's like sexual assault or something like that, that's different. That was out of her control. You know what I'm saying? Because that does happen. I've met some women, their kids came from assault. So that is out of her control. But I'm just sticking to the demographic of women who choose these men. Because remember, a lot of times you have women, they chose these men. 9 times out of 10, they probably wasn't even in a relationship with that man. So you want that's what I'm saying. You see what I'm getting at? Like, you can't be mad at that. Like, if I was 2021 and I met a woman with 2 kids from 2 different dudes, and she chose them dudes, like, and you didn't use protection, like, not once, twice. If I was 2021, I'd look at you like, what? Like, why would I even, like, what? Like, now, if she met a man that's like in his late 30s, okay, cool. You know, because he already lived his life, he probably chilling. But a young man in their 20s is like, bro, I'm trying to live my life, bro. I'm not trying to know. I'm not gonna stop living my life. No, that's not my family. Like, that's not my responsibility. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My opinion, no, women should not be upset, because, like I said, one, financially, he's not together, which is expected because he's young. He's starting out his life. 2, even if he wants a family, he wants his own family. Or even if it's a situation where, okay, I at least want to experience my first child to be her first child. You know what I mean? And 3, he, like, don't no dude want to deal with baby daddy drama, because at the end of the day, you know, you can be dealing with somebody, like a man could be dealing with a woman who has a child or has kids. He doesn't fully know if they still sleep together behind his back, no matter how many times she could be telling him that, oh, she could sit here and preach about how she hates his guts and everything like that, but he could still be in her guts. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, no, you cannot be mad. It's like, bro, that's easy dynamic. We don't live in this perfect world where, oh, you had a kid and then you and the man up, and, you know, no. I've seen it for myself way too many times. Like, no. So I'm not saying that's every case, because you do have people where they co-parent healthily. They don't, you know, be with each other behind their back. But I would not know. I can't. It would be wrong for me to say women, you know, should be upset. No, because it's like, no, a young man needs to get his life together. You know, plus 2, if he wants to build his family. Like, it's just human biology, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've met a couple dudes personally who married a woman with a child. They had their own children, and they told me it's harder for them now not to have that favoritism towards their own biological child than a stepchild now, because it's just human biology. Not saying you can't love a stepchild like it's your own kid.
Yeah.
But real, like, he didn't have kids before. Now he has a kid. What do you expect? Like, he's going to gravitate because that's his seed. That's a part of him. You see what I'm saying? So
You said a mouthful, man. you said a lot, man. You said a lot. I don't even know where to start.
I said nothing wrong with people having kids. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not an easy dynamic, and I feel like that needs to be talked about. Like, yo, when people say they don't want to date people with kids, bro, that's not an easy dynamic to get in. Like, because especially if like the baby mama, baby father's still there, bro. Most of the time, people are very skeptical of that because they like, man, I don't know, because you said this situation happened 14 years ago, and they still get you mad like that. Like you get to a point where you like, man, I don't know, because if they still make you that upset and that mad, like I don't know, them emotions are still clearly strongly tied to that person. And you know what I'm saying? Like you got to think. People think about that stuff deeply like that. Like they're gonna think about, damn, can I really invest my all into this person when you still got this other person present in the background? Like it's a lot of factors that go into that. Like I said, it's not wrong if you have kids. You have kids, that's cool. Hope you find that love of your life, but you can't expect other people, or especially young folk, to like want to like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, like you want a 22, 23-year-old dude to stop living his life, to stop the opportunities he can have for himself, and potentially meeting a woman with no kids and create his own family, for a woman that 9 times out of 10 chose this man, did not use protection. Like, why would he want to clean up that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that sounds like you looking for a cleanup guy to me, in my opinion. Could be wrong, but hey, like, now it's different.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. A cleanup guy. You said it right.
Like, now if it's a situation where, okay, you always use contraceptives and like it broke or they failed, all right, that's different. I got to give you credit for that because you tried. But if you wasn't even using protection like that, which is the case majority of the time, like, why would he stop his life to do that? Like, that's not his kid too. You made that decision. Every time you lay down with somebody, pregnancy can occur. So Facts. Don't be, when somebody don't want to take on a responsibility that you made, man or woman. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, like I said, in my opinion, now women can't be upset because, hey, man, especially you dealing with a young person, bro. Young people trying to live their life, but they ain't trying to take on no responsibility, especially if they already like, they might be living with their parents and they don't have as much bills and stuff. You really think, man, come on. Like, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to be realistic here.
The first thing that I would say to any guy that wants to date women with kids, the first thing that I'm gonna say is meet the baby daddy or daddy meet the baby daddy or daddies. Meet all of them. True. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna give you the perfect idea of what she likes. Number one, what type of men that she likes. That's number one. Can she actually make good decisions as far as being with the man? As far as giving a man a child. You know what I'm saying? Because I say it all the time. Women are closest to death when they're having kids. So this is the guy that got you pregnant. This is the guy that you damn near died for, giving birth to this child for. You know what I'm saying? And he's some unemployed guy or some guy that's in and out of jail or some crap like that. Like, no, bro, I'm gonna and that's why a lot of women start to catch on to that. And so one of the things that they say is, oh, well, don't judge us off the guys that we had babies by. No, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna judge you off the damn. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But again, they do stuff like that because why? They know for a fact that a lot of guys start to catch on. They start meeting the baby dad and be like, all right, so this guy is some guy working a part-time job at wherever damn fast food restaurant, Wendy's or Burger King or some crap like that, in and out of damn jail.
Talk properly, can't even spell the word enunciate. Like
no type of education whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of damn caliber of man that you chose to have a baby with.
Exactly. And then they want a good guy, or some men want a good woman now.
Clean up. The cleanup. Like, you said it right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Like, I can't agree with that. Like, and I agree. Meet the baby daddies, or at least, or even ask them questions like, what's the relationship with your child's father like? And just see how the responses are. See if there's any hesitation. See if there's, another question you can always ask too. For like, man or woman, you could always ask too. Okay, so you could always ask a question or pose the question. What would there be any bad vibes if you ever were to, interact, like having it, like, ever meet the baby father, baby dad? baby moms or baby daddy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like if a woman's dating a man with a child, you know, she could always ask the question, okay, so, you know, if they ever cross paths, would there be any problems? And if they taking too long to respond, then you got some wins. You know what I mean? Because you should ask them questions. What's their like with your child's mother or child's father? And that's gonna let you know everything you need to know. If they say it's good, you know, he or she's a good person, they're a good woman, good man. Okay, you can kind of get a little ease, like, all right, at least you ain't worried about dealing with somebody crazy, and you know what I'm saying? And especially the child, because you know, sometimes people don't want to date people, especially with young kids, because you know, you don't, because you know, I don't know anybody personally, but I've heard stories of maybe like the real biological parent could manipulate the child into saying that step parent, you know, touched them or any type of things, and they get falsely accused. That does happen too. Yep. So there's a lot of factors that go into dating somebody with a child, especially if they have a young child too. So you know what I'm saying? Especially if you want a young person, like, nah, you can't be mad, especially with a young person. Like if a 50-year-old dude was to tell me when I was 21 not to date one with kids, I'd have probably been like, yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not planning on doing that anyway. So back when I was 20,
that's why it's our job. Again, that's why it's our job to try to tell these young guys, man, and let them know what's up. I did a video about 2 years ago called why men prefer dating women with no kids. And I came up with this question because I had a girl, she hit me up on Facebook, and she was saying how insensitive I was, and how men like what she say? She was like, it's men like you that makes it so hard for women like me to have kids to date because of your mindset and this, that, and third, da 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 da. And I don't know if you remember that video, but in the video, I never said I would never date a woman that had kids. I never said anything like that. What I said was, for me to date a woman that have kids, she would have to be clicking on every cylinder. She would have to have a full-time job, and this, that, and third, whatever else. I named like 4 or 5 other things. I can't remember everything I said verbatim. But I said the main thing for me is that I need you to show me that you can take care of this child, by yourself, or you can both co-parent without having any issues. Number one, I'm not gonna be with you if you had a baby by a guy and y'all can't even get together. Y'all can't even talk on the damn phone without cussing, through with per every damn sentence, something like that. I'm not gonna be with you if your baby daddy don't even want to give you $20 for some damn diapers. You know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that. These are the things that I pay attention to when if I was to date a girl that got kids. With women that have kids, I hold them to a way higher standard than I would any other woman that I would meet that don't have kids. Why? Because you chose to lay down and have sex with this guy and get pregnant and go full term with this damn guy. So I'm gonna hold you to a higher standard. You're now you a full grown ass adult, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? So if you 20 years old with 2 kids, I'm gonna hold you higher to a higher standard than that 27-year-old lady that don't got no kids. You know what I'm saying? Mainly because this is the decision these are the decisions that you made, so you're gonna have to live with it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if for example, say she's say she's she's well off. Maybe she's making $40,000-$50,000 per year. The baby daddy's doing good too. God forbid either one of you fall off. Who is she going to look at to start taking care of her to start taking care of her and her child? Who's the first person she's going to look at? She's going to look at you. And the minute that I say, "Hey yo, I can't do it because of ABC 1 2 3," or maybe I can't do it, maybe I won't do it. I won't do it because of ABC 1 2 3. Now, oh, you supposed to be my man, you supposed to be my boyfriend, you supposed to take care of me, da da da. These are the conversations that a lot of women don't have with not with just other women with kids. But these are conversations that people don't have with each other. Men and women don't have with each other. Because it's not that I'm against dating a woman with kids. What I told guys is, and everybody is, if you're going to date a woman that have kids, please make sure you hold her to a higher caliber. Meet the baby daddy or baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? Get a better understanding of who she is, what type of person she was, because history repeats itself. Women always say, "Oh, well, I had a child when I was young and I was dumb." All right, cool, but again, history repeats itself. So it's either this is who you are, or this is who this is who you used to be. 9 times out of 10, it can still come back. You know what I'm saying? So you can't sit here and tell me, oh, okay, well, I was a hoe when I was younger. I was this, I was that, and I was da 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 da. There's a chance that it can still come back, man. History always repeats itself. I don't know what you want me to do, but again, last time, I never said anything about men refusing or men should not date a woman with kids. What I said was, if you're going to date a woman with kids, these are the steps that you should take. These are things that you need to do. These are things that you need to damn know.
You got to look out for yourself at the end of the day, because I've seen situations where some men was just the step was just used as a provider. So at the end of the day, hey, like The world ain't all sugar, you know what I'm saying? Sugar, cookies, and milk. Like, nah, just like how you got different types of animals, different types of people. Some people are genuine, some people are not. So I agree. There's nothing wrong if you date a person that has kids, or if a man dates someone with kids or child. Now, if he was a young man, I would highly not suggest it, because you need to get yourself together first. That's what your first priority. You first. But if you happen to be, let's say, okay, maybe you could be 28, 29, or your mid, late 30s, whatever the case is. If you want to do it, cool. But like you said, you need to learn these things about their partner, and pay attention to family. Like, was their mom's a single mom? Are they sisters single mom? What are their friends like? Are they friends single mom? Because then that's going to tell you everything about this person. Like, okay, hey, you know, that's going to let you know if they friends ain't single moms, you know what I'm saying? Or if they got a bunch of friends, or they mom, sister, single moms, you're going to notice, okay, there is a pattern here. Like, there's a, so, you know what I'm saying? You're going to notice the pattern. It's like, okay. So at the end of the day, and I just put these gems, like you said, and like I said, older heads need to put these gems and knowledges out to younger men, because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be out here. I'm not trying to be out here trying to be nobody goofy. Like, I'm not trying to be that, okay? Like, I'm not trying to be. Yeah, they had you looking like a goofy, like, because people, man, I've seen some dudes when they ended up just looking like a whole goofy. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I feel bad. I'm like, damn. So, like you said, you need to really get to know that woman, you know what I'm saying, and figure out the age of the child too, especially if it's like a young kid. Nah. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I was to date a woman with it, like, seriously date a woman with a child, if the kid is like mad young, like a toddler, all that, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Nah. Now, if it's like, okay, the child is older, maybe growing out the house or whatever, cool. Maybe, you know, it could work, or maybe high school, cool. But like, if it's like a super young kid, nah, I'm not doing that, because it's like, bro, they got it. Dad is, maybe dad's in the picture. I'm just gonna feel like, nah, that's not my job. Like, he's supposed to do that. Like, I'm not gonna take on his, like, I don't have kids. So I'm not gonna take on somebody else's kid, especially when if the dad, now baby daddy, you know, maybe he already had time ago, you know, some type of thing like that. Okay, that's different, because then it makes sense, because that's like a step parent is. You step in, you know what I'm saying, like where the parent is just not there at all. But if like the parent is there, I'm not taking on that energy in my life and that responsibility. I'm gonna just be like, nah, cool. I'd rather just find a girl, no kids, and create my tribe. Like, that's just me. You feel me? Like I said, there's nothing wrong. Some people found happiness with a woman, or, you know, some women found happiness with a man who has a child already. Like, if you a young person, if you decide to do it anyways, that's on you. But nah. Like, nah, that's new. No. Like you said, baby mama, baby daddy could always come back. Not saying that's always the case, but from what I've seen time and time again, I've had, you know, homegirls or girls I knew, they talk to you about how they broke up, but they still sleep with their baby daddy, or some dudes still sleep with their baby moms from time to time, even though they got a new partner. And I'm just like, kind of disrespect, like, for that new partner, like, damn. So people be like, all right, they don't want to really date people with kids like that, especially if they don't got kids themselves. You can't even be mad at that, especially.
All my homeboys that have kids, bro, all of them tell me that they are still sleeping with their baby mom or mamas. Some of their mamas are engaged, some of their mamas are already in new relationships, some of them are even damn married. You know what I'm saying? So what does that tell you, man? What does that tell you? I was chilling with my homie the other day. We was watching like the Heat game a couple weeks ago, and his baby mama came to pick up his daughter. The daughter was sleeping or whatever. It was like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And he like, bro, I'm need you to do this for me real quick, this, that, and third. I'm like, what you mean? He's like, bro, I'm finna hit him real quick. I'm finna hit him real quick. I'm like, bro, ain't she engaged to, you know, but some guy that she damn engaged? She's like, man, bro, man, forget all that, man. I'm trying to knock this down real quick. And so sure enough, she came in. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving. So she walking up the stairs. I'm leaving. I'm like, all right, man, you know, because I know her. We all went to the same school, whatever. So I'm like, all right, you know, have a good night. You know, this, that, and third, blah, 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 blah. Sure enough, she pulled up to his house with this little ass damn dress on. And I'm just sitting here looking at her, just shaking my head like, that's a damn shame. This girl, like, I'd be wrong if I'd have hopped on Instagram right now and let your damn fiance know what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about when women have kids, they are the closest to death, man. They are the closest thing to death when they're giving birth and having kids. You know what I'm saying? So for her, and since women are emotional creatures, for her to go through all that and then y'all not together no more, 9 times out of 10, she's not gonna be able to detach herself from that guy. She's not gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it, and this is why I preach to guys to please read up on these books and read up on female nature and all these other things, because you'll learn these things. You'll learn all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it now when I'm grown now, so now I understand it. But back then I used to be mad about it. But now that I'm older, I get it. I understand it. You literally was damn near, you know what I'm saying? Especially like the women that have complications in their pregnancy that have like, like unplanned C-sections or anything like that or whatever. Like it makes it worse and it makes her that more connected to that guy forever and ever. All of my and I'm not even using that term loosely. All of my homeboys that have kids that's not with their baby mamas is still sleeping with their baby mama and baby mamas. All of them are. All of them. And so that again, that's just another damn cherry on top. That's just like, nah, bro. There's no point in me dating a woman that have kids because women will quickly say, "Oh, I'm done with him. Oh, I ain't got nothing to do with him. Oh, forget him. He do what he want to do." Da 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 da. No, that's her talking out of anger.
Yep.
That's her talking out of anger. Number one, number two, that's a red flag. Because I'm like, yo, why you had a baby by him two years ago, and you sound like you just had this baby yesterday. Why you still mad about it? She's still attached to him.
Exactly. Hey, listen, he's still getting you that mad to where you got to stop what you're doing, and I'm like, really? Like, really? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like I said, so, like some will preach around, oh, she hates his guts, but he's still in her guts. Like, make that make sense. Like, bro, I've seen a lot, bro. Like, you could never even go on YouTube and read books on female nature. You could just look at life for yourself and see. Like I said, I tell dudes, bro, I've had plenty of homegirls. I know plenty of women with kids. I've seen it. So, ain't nothing you could tell me. Like, ain't nothing you could tell me. Now, there are some people, they don't do that at all. You know, because I understand some people could have been married. You know, they could have got a child and they could have broke up. There are some people that don't do that. That's like a small percentage.
Yeah.
That's like a speck of people. That's like 2%. And it's really 1, but I'm saying 2 to be courteous. Like, that's like 2%. Likelihood that you found that person in the 2% that don't sleep with their baby mama, baby daddy, or plural baby mamas or baby daddies, that's like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. Like, if I was to ever date a woman with a child, if she got more than one baby daddy, no, I could never do it. No, I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. Like, I'm sorry. No, I couldn't do it. Like, if I ever was like, what I'm saying, if I ever was to date a woman with a child, she got to have one baby daddy. That way, it's like a 50-50. Like, okay, there's a 50% chance she probably don't sleep with him. But if she got 2, 3, 4, or, for women, if the man got 2, 3, 4, nah, they still sleep with one of them. One of them is still, nah, you ain't going to tell me otherwise. Like 3, 4, nah. 1, okay. All right. You could get past 1 because, they could just, you know what I'm saying? But 2, 3, 4, nah. Nah. One of them dudes is still in her guts, and you know what I'm saying? And one of those females is still dealing with, you know what I'm saying, that man. So nah, if she got more than one baby daddy, I couldn't do it, me personally. And if I get crucified for it, people want to hate me or whatever for it, hey, I'll take that. Hey, if you want to crucify me, hey, I'll take that. If she got one baby daddy, all right. If I was in that space to really seriously date a woman with a child or kids, because like I said, she got kids, but it's all for one dude. Okay, that shows responsibility. That shows, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. So I get that. Now, if you're a person with kids yourself, that could be a little different because you got kids. But if you're a person you don't got kids yourself, you can't be like people, because people get mad. Kids saying they don't want to date people with kids, but I'm like, why? They don't got kids. Y'all not in the same boat. So it makes sense for you, somebody with kids, to date somebody else with kids because y'all have the same boat. Y'all got a connection to build on.
Right. Like, I'm gonna do you one even better, man. My home girl, she has 2 boys. And we go back and forth. We have these types of conversations all the time, man. And she just don't understand. She's like, "Oh, y'all men always talking down on women with kids, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah." She got 2 kids with 2 different guys, right? And so I told her, I asked her, and I asked all the women a simple question, and they can never answer. They could never answer this question. I asked every girl that have kids this question, especially if they have boys. Mainly, it hits different when they have boys. I said, "Yo, listen." I said, if your son was of dating age and he brings home a girl that has the same amount of baby daddies as you, how would you feel about that? They could never answer the damn question. They could never. They can never answer this question. They can never. And I'm just like, you sitting there stuttering, and you sitting there thinking about an answer. I'm like, exactly. That's exactly why I tell guys do not date women with kids. The fact that you can't even answer this question. That's exactly why. That's exactly why, and it's a really good damn question. And I have yet to have a woman that because the more kids, the more baby dads you have, the better. The better. I ask them all the time, would you want your son dating a woman that has as many baby daddies as you? or has as many bodies, whatever, but has as many baby daddies as you. How would you feel about that? They can't answer the question. I'm like, bro, that's exactly why. Because you're thinking about it from a biased ass place. You're thinking about it from your own personal life, and you're not thinking about it logically. I will refuse. I will go the hell off if I start having kids and I have a daughter and my daughter's dating some guy that got 3 baby mamas. Get the hell out of you. No, that's a hell no. That's a hell no. That's not happening. I don't give a damn. Oh, he's a nice guy. I don't give a damn how damn nice he is. I don't care. Find a guy that don't have kids. Find a guy that got a full-time job. And this, that, and the third. Same thing that I tell my brother. My oldest brother is 15 now. 15. He about to be 16 in a couple months. And he was dating some chick that's in his high school and she already got a child. And I'm looking at him like, no, dead that. Dead that. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I agree with you, man. And like I've seen that on YouTube. There's one, I forgot the name. There's one dude, this woman had, I think, a child from a previous relationship, and he posed the same question to her. He said, if your son came to you and brought home 2 females, like he was dating 2 women, and now he said, if the first woman had 3 different kids from three different guys in the train wreck of a life, versus the woman who has no kids, college degree, a good paying job, getting into a career, who would you pick? The woman said she would pick her son to go with the one without kids. So everybody was like, there you go. That's why men say, you see?
It's stupid, man, and this is one of the reasons why I tell guys all the time. I'm like, try your best not to take advice from just women in general. Try your best not to take their advice, because when they give advice, especially when it comes to relationships, I should say, try not to take advice from women when it comes to relationships, because they always give you advice from a biased ass place, from an emotional or personal damn place. It's never something logically. It's never something that's in regards to fast data statistics. It's never something related to things that can actually damn help them. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear women that'll tell men to get back with a baby mama if their baby mama cheated. Whole time she's saying that to him because that's what she wanted to her baby daddy. She cheated in her relationship. You know what I'm saying? So now she's trying to be damn biased and telling you to accept, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've seen stuff like that happen all the damn time. So it's just like, bro, you have to be careful. You have to be careful, man. When it comes to stuff like this, I shouldn't say it shouldn't be a no-go, but when it comes to stuff like this, again, like I said, I hold them to a higher level, a higher caliber. The women that have kids, I hold them to a higher caliber, mainly because I'm put myself in a position where I am now in like that black man that's in a top position to be competed with to compete for the most, because a lot of black women that want black men, I should say, all the black women that want a black man wants a man that has a full-time job, that has an education, got his own place, got his own car, don't got no record, don't got no damn kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally, you know what I'm saying? I know I am, and women hate when we say this, I know I am the prize. I know I am the catch. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I move the way I move. That's why I act the way I act, because at the end of the day, yeah, you can replace me by X amount of guys, but how many of those X amount of guys is literally on my level? Not that many. You know what I'm saying? So you replacing me with the guy is cool. Yeah, I'm sure you can do that all day, every day. But can you replace me with the guy that's on the same caliber or the same level as I am? 9 times out of 10 is going to be a no. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I act the way I act. That's why I move the way I move. And that's why I preach to guys all the time, as far as like staying on their job, getting on their job, doing whatever it is, becoming the best version of yourself. Because once you get there, you will be the pick of the litter. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go out chasing whatever damn girl. You don't have to do stuff like that no more. You have girls chasing you. When I posted that I finished my bachelor's, bro, my DMs was on swole. When I posted I finished my master's, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. I had girls talking about, I should have been with you. Sweetie, you're married. Like your profile pictures with you, your husband, and your child. What are you talking about? You should have been with me. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You know, and like girls do stuff like this on purpose, man. They think women think they so damn slick, bro. They'll send me so many messages in my DMs on Instagram. I'll get that. You know how you get the notification that somebody activated vanish mode? I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now she about to pour her whole heart out. This, that, and third. As soon as you open the message, cool, it disappears. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really sad, man. It's just really sad, man. It's really sad. But yeah, this is the last question for you, man. I got this. This is the one I was like, I'm gonna bump this one down. So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I ain't had no preparation or nothing.
No, bro, you been killing it, bro. You ain't been stuttering, stumbling, none of that, bro. You just been killing it. I ain't give you a warning of these questions or nothing, bro. I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I told myself, I said, yo, listen, I'm gonna stop sending people these questions. I'm gonna just hit their ass.
You get a natural everything, natural response, natural, you know.
Hey, bro, you killing it, bro. You killing it. So, all right, last question, man. Last question.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Is there an age limit for a whole phase?
Oh, age limit.
Is there an age limit for a whole phase? Like, as far well, we're gonna assume that she's already in her whole phase. Like, we're gonna assume that she's, I mean, most of the time it starts in high school, so 16, but legally I have to say 18, whatever. So let's just say she's 18 years old. She's already in her whole phase. What age do you think it should end?
I say about like 23.
23.
Just for the simple, just for the simple fact that, you know, because I feel like when you get closer to 25, because I'm pretty much like in my mid 20s, going late 20s.
Yeah.
So he's like mid 20s, late 20s. If you still just on that time, like you're just like every new year, your just goal is to get this amount of bodies. It's like I'm look at you like, bro, what are you like, bro? What are you 20? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially as content, like I'm looking at it from a standpoint like, okay, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, even. All right. You know, I could understand that. Now, I'm not saying 23, you have to be married to that. I'm not saying that now. But at 23, you should have an idea of what you like, what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Now, what type of partner are you going to go for whenever you decide to enter a space of a serious relationship, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm sorry about that. But the reason why I feel like there should be an age limit on a whole phase or exploration phase, whatever you want to call it, just for the simple fact that one, I'm gonna get into the physical realm and the spiritual realm. So I'm gonna give two examples, but they connect with each other. They intertwine. So now, 18 to 23, because I'm gonna be real, from 18 to 23, you think you know yourself, you really don't. From 18 to 21, you're gonna those like 3 years, 19, 20, 21, 18 going to 23, you're gonna be different. Like you're gonna be different. You're gonna be a different person. By the time you hit 23, 24, you already, because they say the mind fully develops at 25. So by 24, 25, you already have an idea of where you're going to be set. You know what I'm saying? How your mindset is, everything, your habits and everything like that. So now it's not saying you're going to be perfect or have it all together by 25. No, but your mindset is pretty much going to already, that's when your brain fully develops. So you know what I'm saying? Say 18 to 23 because one, you get to, you know, you're young, you get to enjoy, you know, being free and all that stuff. That's fine. Once you hit 23, yeah, at that point you should have had enough time to deal with all your fantasies, you know, whatever level, because everybody hope phase is different. Not everybody has the same level hope phase. You know, dudes, you know, especially dudes, because dudes will think, oh, she must be, you know, still here, still there. You know what I'm saying? All females might have. No, I'm like, no, bro, not every woman has the same whole face. Some women are for the streets. Like they really just wild like that. And you got some women, they ain't did too much. They ain't that crazy. Not every woman wants to get tossed around like a hot potato. You feel me? Like, that's not every woman. No. So I say 18 to 23 because pretty much if you think about it, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, those 5 years, you should have gotten all your fantasies, everything you want to do. Like I said, some women whole phase is different. Some women whole phase could have been a semester into in college. You know, maybe she tried it and she probably was like, okay, she had a little fun. Now she just gonna chill until she finds that right guy. You know what I mean? So I say, in my opinion, there should be an age limit because one, just off of maturing alone, like, come on, like if you hit 25, 26, 27 and you're still just in that phase, like you ain't got no goals, that's all you focused on. It's like, bro, I'm gonna look at you like you immature. And not saying it from a place that I'm better than you, no, but it's like, bro, come on, bro, like you're a grown adult, now. Like, why is that even? You should have been did that when you was 18, 19, 20. So yeah, I think there should be age limit. Two, I'm gonna get into the biological. And the reason why I say I'm gonna get into the biological because every time you sleep with somebody, there's always that connection, that physical connection. So I say yes, there should be an age limit because if you aspire to be in a relationship one day and be married, is like you can't just go from a straight hope face to being married because you're gonna have way too much attachments physically and spiritually, you know what I'm saying, to even be loyal to that one person. So let's say, you know, a woman been with like over 50 guys, right? Let's say from 18 to 23, she probably been with over 50 guys. So she could have been at like 110, whatever the case is, right? Which is possible. So if she was to get into a serious relationship, she couldn't be loyal. And this go for men too, you know, men who, you know, in their whole phase, whatever. But I'm just saying this about the women right now. She couldn't be loyal to that one guy for the simple fact that she got too much attachments to those other men physically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those physical feelings and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Whatever things got her going from past men, whether she reached climax or not, is way too much. You feel me? And that's the physical of it. You know, there's that biological connection and all that stuff. Her ability to pair bond is going to be way too damaged.
Yeah.
Like it's way too damaged. Because it's like you can't connect with that one person now because you got too many connections. Because you got to remember, every time you sleep with somebody, those chemicals get released, which is where you get that, you know, like women want to cuddle and all that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if you do that with so many different people, it's going to get to a point where you don't even, it's like you feel it, but you don't really feel it no more because it's not able to do that because you got too much connections. You feel me? Now I'm gonna get into the spiritual. I'm pretty sure everybody heard of soul ties, you know what I'm saying? But people probably had the wrong misinterpretation of it. A soul tie is basically every time like a man and a woman, you know, lay down with each other, the two souls are intertwined with each other. So like when a man plugs into the woman, you know what I'm saying? Their spirits are intertwining. Like this that I'm doing right now, this is your energy field. This is your aura. This is where, you know, when people say, oh, you glowing, you got that glow, you look good.
Yeah.
That's your aura. So when you spiritually slept with all those people now, remember, it's not just the person you sleep with, you taking that energy, it's the other people energy. So let's say, you know, this one woman slept with one guy, but that one guy slept with 100 women. She now has not only that man's spirit, but those hundreds of other women's spirits in her body. You know, that's why I say 23, because they got to get to a point where you got to start to realize, yo, but if you going to have your whole phase, expiration phase, whatever you call it, that's cool. But you got to remember, like, at some point, you got to stop because spiritually, you're not going to be able to even connect with that partner. You can't even understand what love is because you got too much trauma and negative, dense energy in your body, your temple, that needs to be purged and cleansed. You know what I'm saying? So I say 23 because it's like, okay, 23, you shouldn't have an idea what you like, you know what I'm saying, who you are, your own personal identity. So then you can start to do the work now. You can start to do the work. So by the time you hit 24, 25, 26, you at least done purge a lot of that energy, you know what I'm saying, those previous connections and all that stuff. So then that way, you know, when you do find that partner, you're not wondering why am I still thinking about this dude or why am I still thinking about this girl? You know what I'm saying? You already cut them cords, them energetic cords, you feel me? So that's, remember, every time you even just standing next to a person, there's like an invisible cord that connects y'all to them, which is where, you know, you get that ability to do telepathy and all that stuff to, you know, when you like think of somebody, they call you. So like every that's what I'm saying, like spiritually, 23 is a good age to start because then that's when you can start to, okay, now you can start to cleanse yourself. And not saying, you know, you have any regrets, but, you know, you can start to be like, okay, now I can start to really find myself and do the work in myself. So that way, when you do find that person, spiritually, you won't have a hard time opening up to love because you don't have so much dense energy in your body. Because remember, every time you lay down with somebody, you're taking on their DNA. So, for example, let's say you have a woman sleep with a man, and that man's just toxic, just crazy, has all type of things. She's gonna get that encoded into her DNA. Now, her whole DNA structure is getting rearranged and everything like that due to the simple fact that she's sleeping with this man because of the body fluids and in the spirits too. So remember too, that man has a lot of demons. Maybe he got a lot of curses. She's taking that into her energy field, and that's gonna be in that's gonna affect her life too. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, now she's gonna walk around thinking that, oh, it's just life. No, you took a lot of that energy on you. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't think it's real. I'm like, okay, I say this to people: if you have a whole face, because I talked to many people who had whole faces, and a lot of them told me they low key regretted like sleeping with all of those type people. Certain ones they didn't regret, but then there's certain ones that they regretted because they looking back like, yo, like they felt empty. They soul just felt empty. It just had nothing there. It's like they trying to feel love. They can't even feel love because you taking on everything from that member. Sex is energy exchange, sacred energy exchange. Sex is magic.
Yeah, that's Tatum.
The fact that you could create a whole nother human being through sexual intercourse, that is magic. You feel me? So every time you sleeping with that person, you're taking their energy. That's why I say 23 is a decent age. Because, and like I said, I'm not saying everybody should have a whole phase where you just sleep with the whole city. I'm not saying that. Yeah, that's up to you personally. But I say 23 because that's where, you start to develop mentally, you know what I'm saying? You start to grow. and all those things. You know what I'm saying? You can start to really do the work. But like spiritually, you don't, them realms is serious, because like that person could have, like I said, your aura. If that person's aura is very dense and, you know, like dark, that energy can start messing up your life. Now you wondering why it's just bad stuff happening to you. You ever like, you wondering why you wake up, you got all these mood swings and you all over the place. Because you could have been a happy-go-lucky person. Now you deal with all the people. Now you just all over the place. You gone, yeah, because you allow that energy in your life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or like a man, you know, he plugged into that woman, so he took out. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, when you plug in something, you pull back out. So when he plugged in and he pulled out, no pun intended. When he pulled out a lot of bad energy or whatever energy she had. Because you could get good energy too. The person got good energy too. So because that all goes down to your state of consciousness. Like if that person's conscious and aware of their body, you can get good energy too. But I'm just saying, I'm speaking from a place of where young people aren't aware of all these things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that out to enter inside her temple. Now she wondering why she got all this bad energy in her temple. Yeah, she's still connected to him. Yeah, she might feel like the sex is great physically, but spiritually she's so empty inside. Yeah, because you let that toxicity enter inside you so much. Now you got that bond now. That's where the soul tie comes in, because your soul is tied. And it takes a lot of work to break a soul tie. It takes a lot of work. So imagine if you slept with like hundreds of people. That is pretty much going to take years to really purge all that energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So because I feel like, you know, from a physical standpoint, okay, by 23, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, you can, you know, you found yourself. Because 23, you should have an idea of who you are. Like once you hit 23 going close to 24, 25, you should already know who you are. You should know what you stand for. You as a person, you should already know. You don't know that by then, you just lost in the sauce, homie. Like, that's all I'm gonna say to you, bro. Like, you lost in the sauce. Like, so I say 23. You know, and also too for the spiritual. You know, you can start to sage yourself, because remember, you could sage, you know what I'm saying? You know, start saying affirmations like I release all negative cords, you know what I'm saying? I release all negative energy. You can start to go through that process of, okay, transmuting that energy. Because remember, you cannot create or destroy energy. You can only transform it and transmute it. So spiritually, you can start to transmute a lot of that energy. So then if you want to attract that partner, you can do that. So then you can go and meet those partner, that partner, whatever you into. Because, you know, some people are polyamorous, polygamous, whatever you into. You could just start to work and transmute that energy. You know what I'm saying? So you can attract that right partner or partners, you know, whatever you into. So I say 23 in my opinion. You know, what about you, bro? Like, what, you know, and what about you personally?
I think, I mean, because again, like I said, it usually starts at 16, 17. Because I was in high school when I noticed, and we didn't even have a term for it. We just called them, you know, we just called them bodies, we called them hoes, we called them whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I was in high school when I noticed that girls was just running around sleeping with whoever, wherever, in the portables and in the bathrooms, you know, hell, in the back of the goddamn school bus, while the school bus, while a school driver driving the goddamn bus. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, that's just the way it is. But again, like I said, because it's YouTube, people gonna be like, oh, you trying to say girls should be hoes in 16? That's not what the hell I'm saying. So let me just say 18. And I would say till about I would say till about the same age, man. Because I'm a firm believer in it, man, because I believe that if you do it while you're young, and this me speak from experience, if you do that while you're young or younger, you have a chance. I mean, I do believe that history will repeat itself, but you have a higher chance, a high probability of her not wanting to experience it when she gets older. I have homegirls that got married literally right after high school, 18, 19 years old. Here it is, going on 5, 10 years later that they've been married, and they tell me straight up, "Hey, yo, listen, I wish I never did this, man. Like, I wish I had the experience of dating other men. I wish I had the experience of being with, other men sexually, because the only thing I know is him. You know what I'm saying? And so now here they are getting a divorce or whatever they're going through in their marriage. They don't know how to date other guys. They don't know how to talk to other guys. All she knows is him. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I'm taking out the whole part of her. You know, if they're in a successful marriage, a successful relationship that's going to last 40 years, I'm taking that out. Obviously, I'm just solely speaking on like the woman that's dating or marrying a guy, and then 5 years, 10 years later, it doesn't work out. I'm a firm believer of you going through that, not just because I like sleeping with different females. No, it's because more so for her, because it's like you said, by the time you hit 23 or something like that, you should have an idea of who you want to be. By the time you start dating whatever guy seriously past 22, 24, 25, by the time you start reaching that age, you should have a perfect idea of what men that you like, what men you're attracted to, what men you want to have kids with, what men you want to marry. You know what I'm saying? And that's just facts. You not dating, because I hear so many women all the time, oh, I don't want to date, I don't want to date. These are the prime years that you should be dating. What do you mean you don't want to date? These are the times and the years that you should be spending, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out what it is that you want in a man. And if you're lucky enough, you'll be able to find everything that you're looking for in a man while you're dating. You know what I'm saying? So if you go a whole all the way up and don't start dating until you're 26, 27, 30, not only is it stupid, but in my opinion, not only is it stupid, but it puts you in a very awkward position because by the time you hit 30, you can no longer be molded into the woman that he wants you to be. You're going to be too caught up in your ways. You can't know nothing. You're gonna be big headed. You know what I'm saying? And then most importantly, most guys date women and get married to women because of their youth and their fertility. You're at 30 and you're literally on the brink of damn geriatric pregnancy.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Again, it's stupid to me. It's stupid because now you're, say for example, she went 18 to college. She did 4 years in college. She worked 6 years, 8 years, whatever case may be. You're down here, you are 30, 32 years old in a dating world. You go to your OBGYN or gynecologist or whatever they call it to test your fertility, and she looks at you and she says, "Well, you're 31 years old. I honestly wouldn't suggest you getting pregnant past 37." Now you have 6 years to find a man, date him, make him your husband. Well, he makes you his wife, and then have kids all within a 6 year time frame. I don't believe, in my opinion, again, I'm put myself in it. I don't believe I'm going to marry a woman at least minimum 18 months or 2 years into the relationship. Then I'll start looking for a ring. Right? So let's just say I propose at the 2 year mark. So propose at the 2 year mark. You got to start planning a wedding. That takes a long ass time to do. You can't just plan a wedding and then get married next week. That's not how it goes. You have to plan a wedding, do this, do that, do everything you have to do. Let's just say 6 months worth of planning and then a wedding happens. So that's already 2.5 years. And then let's just say that the guy's like, yo, listen, I don't want to, again, if he's like me, I don't want to have kids immediately after marriage. I want to have kids maybe 2 to 4 years into the marriage. You know what I'm saying? So again, now you're losing more and more time. Those 6 years is not that much. You're 31 years old. You have to have a child by 37. That's what your doctor is telling you. You have 6 years. 2 years go into dating, 6 months go into planning, and then he's like, "Hey, listen, I don't want to have kids at least 2 years into the marriage. Add another 2 years. Now you're already at damn near 5 years. You have 1 year left to have a child. You can only carry a child. You can only carry one child. Well, not you don't. You can only get pregnant once. You know what I'm saying? So if you're lucky enough, you'll have twins or multiple kids. But if you can only have one child at a time, that's 9 months plus 3 months worth of healing. That's already a whole year. Now you're done. Now you're at 37. Now you're geriatric pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women don't take that into consideration. They think that they can have kids, up until 40s. Yes, it's a possibility that you can have kids in your 40s, but it's not recommended. And just because so and so from down the street had her first child at 42 doesn't mean that you can do it too. Everybody's body is different. Some girls reach geriatric pregnancy at 30. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's body is different. So that's my whole take on it, man. As far as the whole phase, I believe that she should do it while she's younger, whether it's high school, college if she's in college, but high school definitely, college definitely.
Get it up. Like, that's why I say 18 to 23, because by 23 you should already have had your desires, whatever your fantasies is into, whatever she'd already had that.
All the trains you wanted, all the different races you wanted to sleep with, all the different positions you wanted to do. By the time, like again, for me, and that's one of the main reasons why I went so hard when I was going through my whole phase. I was having my threesomes and I was doing everything that I wanted to do on my well, not everything, but majority of the things I wanted to do on my bucket list. Because one of my bucket lists, I want to hit an Asian girl. I still haven't hit an Asian girl yet, but it is what it is. Still haven't been. I haven't been with an Asian girl, and I've never been with a Caucasian girl. Those two girls I've never been with. So it was on my bucket list, but it didn't happen. So now I'm at that point. I'm just like, bro, I don't even care anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a crazy resume, so I ain't even tripping.
Those 5 years, that's enough time.
Yeah.
In them 5 years, that's enough time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree, man. Like, man, I agree, bro.
Bro, hey, listen, man, bro, shout your channel out again, man. Let them people know what's up, man. You was dropping knowledge, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kaydee Ascends, Kaydee EEASCENDS. You know what I'm saying? And I got an email for the account too, kdascends14@gmail.com. You'll see it. It's in one of my shorts. You know, my 60, I did for like 60-second clip is in one of my shorts. You know, it's in the description. So any like questions, ideas, video topics you want me to talk about, recommendations, reactions, even whatever the case is, you know, send that through the email. You know what I'm saying? Like all that, man. You know what I'm saying? I spread knowledge, love, positivity. You know, I talk about a variety of topics, whether it could be spiritual, you know, just physical life stuff, etc. You know what I mean? So definitely.
Man, trust me, bro. I appreciate you, man. I had to bring you on for a second time, man. That first one, if everybody was doing it got some crazy reactions, man. It got some really good responses, man. So I gotta bring this man back, man. Y'all have to make sure y'all check this man channel out, man. This man be dropping so much jewels, man. It's not even funny. This man be dropping so much jewels, not even funny, man. You know what I'm saying? And he is one of the people that reads probably more than I do. Reads more than I do. Read these books that I be listening for everybody to do, man. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, especially for like the younger guys, if you are seriously trying to get into a committed relationship with whatever girl, I don't care the race or whatever, the age, whatever. If you're trying to get into a serious committed relationship, I definitely urge all the young guys to please make sure you read these books on the female psyche, woman's nature, all this, that, and the third. I'm begging y'all, the more that you have knowledge on them, the more you'll have a better understanding with them. You won't be as upset like how I was back growing up when I was trying to figure out why this girl won't do this, why this girl won't do that, da 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 da. I'm telling you right now, you will have a better understanding if you read these books, man. I'm telling you right now, that's the whole reason why I took all those classes, like sociology classes. Sociology, for those that don't know, sociology is the study of the way people think, the way they move, the way they act. That's what sociology is. I took three or four classes of those. I took human sexuality of sociology. You know what I'm saying? So the sexuality on the inside of people, why they move sexually or think sexually or act the way they do sexually. You know what I'm saying? All those classes, bro, that I took and books that I read were extremely informational and stuff like that. And women, black women in particular, is the woman that I want to be with. And so I read books on them and try to have a better understanding of them. Anything that you want to do in life, you have to get a better understanding of it. I've never met a person that told me, hey, yo, I want to be a doctor or a surgeon and ain't never read a book on how to do surgery. You know what I'm saying? You have to do your part and educate yourself on these types of things. If this is the thing that you want, you're going to have to educate yourself so you can be put in a position to understand better on why, you know, so and so move the way she move or think the way she think or act the way she act, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, man. Say what you got to say. Close us out, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna just close it out by saying, well, first of all, thank you everybody, you know, tuning in, checking out the content and everything like that. Yeah, just take care of yourself, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you have a good diet. You know, I'm not saying like you gotta not eat meat at all, nothing like that, but just make sure you just taking care of your diet properly, managing your stress levels. You know, stress is a major one because that can take a lot. So learn how to like manage stress, you know, and like, you know, meditation can help, but you don't have to meditate. Just, you know, things like even like writing, you know, reading a book, whatever gives you that peace of mind, that time to relax, have like time for self-care, you know, even like days, like have days where, you know, you just take time to yourself, you know what I mean? Like have those times, because trust me, mental health is real. Like, you know, learn how to protect your energy, you know, keep good people around you, you know what I'm saying? Don't keep bad energy, you know, keep away from anybody that triggers you, you know, whether it could be anxiety, whether it's depression, like keep good energy around you, you know what I'm saying? Spread love, spread positivity, you know, just be mindful of every action you do. Like, you know, of course, you know, you're not gonna be perfect, but try to be better than who you were yesterday. Like that's the only person you should really be in competition with yourself. Like who were you yesterday, and what can I do to do what is one thing I could do today to be better and improve? You know what I'm saying? So that's just all I gotta say, man. Like, you know what I mean? But thank you for having me on, Dev, and definitely look forward to more collabs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know it. You know it, bro. You know it.
I got more, you know, I got more topics, and like you said, these questions, none of this was rehearsed. So
hey, man.
all these questions was just like, you know what I'm saying? Was just like, okay, I had to just okay. You know what I'm saying? So none of these things were rehearsed, but you know, definitely we're gonna talk about more stuff, you know, probably more, you know, mental health, spiritual topics, etc., etc. You know, but thank you for having me on, brother. You know what I'm saying? It was an honor again.
Man, bro, you already know what time it is, man. You already know what time it is, man. I appreciate everybody for watching. And please, until next time, man, y'all be safe out here. First of all, thank you for coming on, man. You like, bro, I'm legit shocked, bro. You was just hitting it, man. Like, I was thinking, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna catch him with this one. I'm gonna catch him with this one. Man, you did that, bro. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you. Nah, there were some great questions because I didn't have time to really stop and think. That's why, like, sometimes I was pausing because I was like, okay, let me formulate my thoughts real quick first before I, just start saying something. You know what I'm saying? Because like I wanted to make sure, like, okay, even though I'm on the spot, like I'm still saying something where you could understand it and I could back it up. Like I can make you understand. Like, okay, I can see from that point of view why. You know what I'm saying? That's the response. Like, thanks for having me.
Bro, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. Be safe, man. Keep me posted, man.
Yeah. Go, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. Peace.
So egotistic, so cocky, so conceited, cause I'm better than your average. I'm mad sick when I spit that shit. When I spit that flow, she gon' want to catch my drift. Soon as a nigga get some money, they try to spit on it. They ain't put it on this bottle, so they can't sip on this. Don't you try to boost me up, don't try to get on, bitch. Cause I'ma act like I don't know you, nigga, that's real shit. I'm from a place where you get chased with full clips, AKs and that type of shit. By the police, bitch. They quit to throw the seeds on you, so grow away from your kids.